In tonight's Big Story Breakdown, we're looking at sexual violence among teens. This comes as we continue to follow a story that outraged an Oklahoma community, and as word spread, the state, the nation, even media outlets overseas picked it up.
A high school baseball player from Stillwater arrested and charged with sex crimes against girls his own age. Many say the now 18-year-old senior should be doing jail time or at least have to register as a sex offender. But a judge didn't order any of that for Jesse Butler. Instead, he's facing only youthful offender charges and punishment. And that is something that dozens of women in Stillwater, along with an attorney representing one of the victims, say isn't justice.
Paige Taylor brings us a story you'll see only right here on Fox 25.
In the streets of Stillwater, calls for justice.
The justice system here in Stillwater has allowed a violent sex offender to walk free.
Oklahomans, some the same age as those involved, saying the punishment does not fit the crime.
I want him to get what he deserves.
Justice would look like not being raped. But we can't go back and do that.
Attorney Rachel Bussett represents one of Jesse Butler's victims and her family. She says her client was in a relationship with Butler, and she reported to police Butler said he wanted to strangle her so he could film it on his phone.
There is video evidence of my client being strangled. There has been a lot of controversy on the internet about alleging that that was consent.
And she was not the only one. Another girl came forward with similar stories. She had to have surgery to repair damage to her neck.
There are issues of people not understanding the power and control element that exists in relationships.
The Payne County DA charging Butler with 11 crimes, including 2 counts of attempted rape in the first degree, 3 counts of rape by instrumentation, and 2 counts of domestic assault and battery by strangulation. Even though he was a teenager at the time, many people think he should face jail time, but Payne County officials didn't see it that way. Butler was arrested and initially charged as an adult, but the judge granted the now 18-year-old what is called youthful offender status.
The district attorney's office did not tell my client that they were consenting to it being a youthful offender charge.
Butler pleaded no contest to the charges and agreed to a deal with prosecutors that limits his punishment to simply include 150 hours of community service, no social media, daily check-ins, and counseling. The victims and their many supporters say it's not enough.
The clients are not happy with the plea deal. It was not discussed with them. They did not approve of it, and that it should not have been handled the way that it was handled.
And that they will always be haunted by what happened to them.
She is having a hard time coping. You know, as a young woman of that age, they're already going through so many things.
While he will have records erased in less than a year.
There are no consequences. He's not a registered sex offender. He doesn't have a conviction.
The defense and the DA coming to a controversial plea deal.
There is a lot of calling on the internet of attacking the district attorney, the judges. There is also a lack of understanding about how the justice system works. The plea deals are worked out between the district attorney's office and the defense attorney's office, and that's standard across the board.
As for what could come next,
we're investigating what civil options are available.
Even with the possibility of civil compensation, the victims, their families, and many people in the town of Stillwater know there's a long road ahead for these young girls.
That trauma is going to come up over and over again in her life when he seemingly will just go on and do whatever with little to no consequences.
Paige Taylor, Fox 25 News.
Well, if either of the victims and their families do decide to file a civil suit against Butler, we'll bring you that update as soon as it happens.